Hey, folks, welcome back. And we're going to talk about the Citi Strata Elite. We're going to go over the good. We're going to go over the bad. We're going to go over the ugly. We've got the terms and conditions from the Citi website. We're going to start with Danny the Deal Guru's site first, just to get the high level stuff. What we know from Jump: annual fee for this card, $595 annual fee. You got a $145 annual fee discount with Citi Gold. That requires having at least $200,000 with Citi, and a waived first year annual fee, and the ongoing $145 discount if you are a Citi private client or Citi Gold private client. That is $1 million in assets with Citi Gold private client. Now, if you are Citi Gold or Citi Gold private client, you will earn 100,000 points for $4,000 in spend in the first 3 months of holding the card. If you aren't Citi Gold, if you're just me, Joe Random off the internet, you will earn 80,000 thank you points on $4,000 in spend in the first 3 months of opening the card. So a little bit better than the old Sapphire Reserve offer that was 60,000 points on $4,000 in spend. It's the same spend as the Citi Strata Premier, and you get 20,000 points more on a $500 delta in the annual fee. Is it worth it? I will leave that up to you. Now, in the ethos that all cards are worth it in the first year, sure, okay, but you're paying $595 for this card. Just keep that in mind. Now, earning. This is all confirmed in the terms and conditions. 12 times on hotels, car rentals, and attractions booked through Citi Travel. Relatively strong. 6 times on airline travel booked through Citi Travel. Okay, cool. 6 times at restaurants on Citi nights every Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Dinner on Friday and Saturday, probably dinner and late night snack, depending on what your food schedule is. I am not here to judge. I am not here to say anything about that. But purchases on food from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., restaurant, takeout, whatever, is 6 times points. The purchase has to be authorized on Friday or Saturday from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. If you make a purchase Friday night at 8 p.m., you're good, even if it posts on Monday. So it is when the purchase is authorized. When it posts, you'll earn points on the total. Let's say you do a $200 dinner and you leave a, let's say, $50 tip, right? 200 times 6 will be 1,200, and 50 times 6 would be 300. So you're going to get 1,500 points on dinner Friday night. Same thing would apply on Saturday. All other times, restaurants would be 3 times earning. This 6 times Citi nights multiplier is the stupidest multiplier I've ever seen on credit cards, on a credit card. The built rent day multiplier was a little bit weird, but there was a certain logic to it. And when it dropped from 10,000 to 1,000, that sucked. And that was a stupid way to go about things. This is stupider. Why? Why are you just doubling for a 12-hour window 2 nights? I get it, but I absolutely don't get it. Now, unique to premium travel cards or premium lifestyle cards, however you want to define it, this card, unlike the Sapphire Reserve, unlike the American Express Platinum card, for now, earns 1.5 times points on all other purchases. That's actually pretty powerful. You could use the Strata Elite as your only card with that 1.5 floor, getting 3x on restaurants, and your travel getting 6 and 12x if you're willing to stay booking through Citi Travel. Does this make this an amazing card? No, but I'm interested to see if any other cards look to go to 1.5 on all other purchases, if this card is in any way, shape, or form successful. Do I think this card will be successful? I don't know. I'm just a guy on the internet who's going to pepper my opinion through this breakdown. Complimentary Priority Pass Select membership will be on this card. This card will not have restaurants going forward. $300 annual hotel benefit each year. Enjoy $300 off a hotel stay for 2 nights or more when booked through cititravel.com. Yeah, the hotels are going to win because now they've got 2 banks that are doing a 2-night stay is required to get your $300 travel credit. This is all in one. Like the Chase travel credit and the Capital One coupon, you will not earn points on these $300. Just putting it out there, that is the case. 2-night required. Say goodbye to the 1 night only on the FHR. Citi's agreed to it. Chase has agreed to it. I'm sure Capital One will agree to it when they update the Capital One Venture X. American Express has likely agreed to it, and we'll see what else they add to FHR. But 2 nights is required going forward. Just book it. $200 annual splurge credit. This is, you can earn up to $200 in saving credits on your choice of up to 2 of the following brands. First Dibs, American Airlines, Best Buy, Future Personal Training, Live Nations. Exclusions apply for Live Nation and American Airlines. American Airlines Admirals Club access. You'll get 4 annual passes. $120 on global entry, or TSA pre-check would be $85. $200 annual Blacklane credit every calendar year. Blacklane is a chauffeur service, so you'll get up to $200 off on that. You'll get $100 in the first half, $100 in the second half. The Blacklane service, from what I've seen, is not going to be a way to extract value from this card. So this is the top level stuff from DDG. Let's go into the city. Never mind, they took down the terms and conditions. So, terms and conditions mention that the $300 credit, as I said, is not going to count toward earnings. So you're not going to get 12 times points on the $300. You will get that $300 deducted, and then 12 times points on every dollar after 300. So from 301 up, you're going to earn 12 times points. The Blacklane credit is split in half. First half of the year, second half of the year. The splurge credit appears to be broken up by at least by retailer. So you could do 100 at American Airlines, 100 at Live Nation. Looks like you might be able to do all 200 at once. So that you could probably get full value on. The city travel hotel credit, let's say you'll get full value on that. That is $500 on a $595 annual fee. Maybe that works out for you. Credits on this card aren't amazing. But let's get into the good. The good. This is the first premium travel card or premium lifestyle card. I don't know how we want to define this card just yet. First one that gives you 1.5x on base earnings. That's awesome. I want to see Chase do something like this. I want to see American Express do something like this. I want to see Wells do something like this when they get into this space. I want to see Capital One stay at 2. You're going to make some sacrifices with Capital One to stay at 2, but whatever. That's fine. I don't care. Next, you're going to get 4 Admirals Club passes, so that's cool. And the travel earnings aren't necessarily bad, right? They're not amazing, and we have to see if they're going to do things like you'll be able to earn points and nights through that booking, even though it's a third-party travel booking, depending on how they've arranged things, whether that's through like Hyatt Privé or Virtuoso or whoever. That should work. There's also something called the Reserve in City Travel that is going to be their high-end hotel booking platform. So remains to be seen if the Reserve is going to take the same approach that the Edit and FHR do. It would make sense for that to be the case. Should be able to plug in your loyalty number, get your status reflected, get everything taken care of, be good to go from there. But no additional Reserve credit. The Reserve will be part of that $300 credit. Okay. So those are the good I can give you. Maybe. The bad. There's no general travel credit on this card. It is only the portal. You do not get anything for booking outside of the portal. You do not get anything beyond 1.5x for any other purchasing done with this card. You could pair it with Citi Strata or the Citi Strata Premier. It does not look like the terms and conditions had anything for family language for not holding either of those cards. So you could probably do some decent amount of travel booking through the Citi Strata Premier and move those points over to Citi Strata Elite. Remains to be seen what the family thing will look like there, but not awesome. The ugly. Where do I start? $595 annual fee for is this a travel card? Is this a lifestyle card? It doesn't give you significant lifestyle benefits. The splurge credit is $200 at select retailers, some of whom, like First Deb, I've never even heard of. Cool that you can add American Airlines on that. The Admirals Club passes are like the amuse-bouche to get you into grabbing the American Airlines executive card to get the full Admirals Club membership. There's potentially future integrations with Citi and American Airlines. We have to see what happens after 2026 when the other cards from Barclays come into the fold, how much Citi ends up spending for those cards, because that dollar amount appears to keep going up. If the Barclays maneuver of just hand anyone and everyone with a pulse who wants it the card, they're going to make some bank. And Barclays right now is just giving out Aviator Reds and upgrading folks to Aviator Silvers with reckless abandon because they're getting paid. I cannot stress enough how stupid this City Knights multiplier is. You have to make sure, like, the IT has to be on top of it, right? Keep your receipts. If you're going to get this card, you're going to be forced into this card. You're going to apply for this card. You're going to upgrade your Citi Strata Premier to this card. Why you would do that, I don't know. But if you're going to get this card, I would say for at least the first year, all of your Friday and Saturday night dining receipts. Have receipts available. Screenshot receipts, take photos of receipts, have the receipts on hand, scan the receipts, have a copy of the receipt, because who knows what's going to happen with this. If it doesn't code properly once, on a $300 dinner, that's 1,800 points you're losing. If you don't have a way to say, hey, this was authorized at 9:45. Yeah, that you are banking on Citi's IT to get this right. I don't know how strong a bet that is. So, yeah, that's pretty ugly. I don't know offhand. I wouldn't be able to gauge if this is a $595 card, right? And compared to the Prestige, like, another part of the ugly with this card is Prestige card holders will eventually get forced into this card. This is not a worthy replacement for the Prestige. Like, the Prestige was 5 times dining. The Prestige was 5 times travel agencies and other travel categories. Going to 12 in the portal is cool. Going to 6 on flights in the portal is cool. Outside of that, 1.5 for everything else, less cool. It remains to be seen what the value prop of this card is going to be. The only way I could see this card being like, hey, you have to get this card if you are a Citi private client, because you hold $1 million in assets. They're going to waive the annual fee in the first year. You save $145 on the fee going forward. Okay, cool. There was no mention when I scanned the terms and conditions. There was no mention of additional features that unlock on $75,000 in spend. That is a new feature that is going forward with Capital One. American Express introduced this. Chase has introduced this. Citi didn't have the forethought to put in, spend $75,000 on the Citi Strata Elite and get American Airlines Gold. That would be a reason to go put $75,000 in spend on that card. Now, you could put $40,000 in spend on the Citi Executive card or any other Citi American Airlines card and get the loyalty points required for American Airlines Gold. But Citi wants you spending on the Prestige, put that 75,000 point thing there. That would have made sense, but that's not on there either. So the ugly is the devils are still in the details with this card, and I'm not confident. Oh, Black Lane. Black Lane's not really available anywhere aside from like super major cities, and it's a chauffeur experience. So, okay, some folks were price checking things on Black Lane over the weekend. I saw in various comment sections where it was like, yeah, I live 10 minutes from the airport. It's $117 from my house to the airport. I could Uber there for way cheaper. Okay, cool, $17 airport ride, but that's an unnecessary expense and not money you would typically spend. The Black Lane credit is a black hole. Splurge credit, we'll have to see how else it works. Hotel credit is what it is. I don't think this is a card worth $595. Get it for the welcome offer, be my guest. Get it for the 4 passes, cool. If you're an American flyer and the 4 passes are definitely worth it to you to test whether or not you want to spend another $595 on the Advantage Executive World Elite MasterCard, be my guest. But like, for most other folks, I don't see the value prop here. 80,000 points is not a strong welcome offer on a $595 annual fee card. Yes, the transfer partners can make it worthwhile. Yes, you can get about $500 in usable credits. Is this really something you want to do? If it is, cool, be my guest. But I don't know that this card is worth it. And I don't know that you should try to spin this card is worth it to you. If you're deep in the Citi ecosystem, if you're able to get that $145 ongoing benefit Cool. Do you? If you're new to Citi and this is going to, and you were looking at this as a potential escape hatch from the Chase Sapphire Reserve, this ain't it. If you were looking for another card to fill a whole ton of holes from, say, the American Express Platinum when it gets its refresh later this year, I don't think this is it. Yes, it's got priority pass. Yes, it gives you TSA pre-check and global entry. After that, like, we still don't know what the World Legend MasterCard features are going to be. Those are going to have to do significant water carrying for this card to make it worthwhile. Again, without knowing World Legend, this card feels incomplete, and the need to use World Legend, because nobody really highlights the Visa Infinite benefits on the Sapphire Reserve. Yes, they highlight the CDW, they highlight other portions of things, but they don't make like national executive status a selling point of the Chase Sapphire Reserve. That comes as a Visa Infinite perk. They don't do the Real Chateau and Real credit that you got on that card, and I'm mispronouncing that name. Those aren't highlighted, and I feel like World Legend MasterCard stuff is going to need to be highlighted to sell the Strata Elite. So feels like an incomplete card for now. I don't know that it's necessarily worth it. We will have to see, but you will have to be the only one to make that decision for yourself. For me, I'm out. But Wells, Amex, Chase, take notice. If this card's popular, it is that 1.5 floor that is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting for it, because it's that or the American Airlines passes. Yeah. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. If you want to argue with me in the comments, feel free to state those down below. And appreciate your time. Check out the membership if you want to support me here on YouTube. Check out the pinned comment for other ways to support me outside of YouTube. Appreciate y'all for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.